A mystery flight which landed in Jamaica last week has since left the island, but leaves behind a barrage of questions. The details in this report.
Chartered flight USC GmbH, along with its 253 passengers and crew, are off the island. Their departure has, however, done little to quell the turbulence left on the ground surrounding how they accessed the country in the first place. CVM News understands local authorities are wary that something sinister was at play, as there are several indicators that human trafficking was a possibility and that they possibly had help locally. Let's start with how they gained access to the island. Tasked with protecting the nation's border, the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, refused to grant their access. After all, PICA's decision, according to the Ministry of National Security, followed enhanced security checks. Except, according to well-placed sources, PICA's conclusion was disregarded, and a low-level staff in the Ministry of National Security who did not have the requisite permission signed off on their release. That despite two of the foreigners' identities being missing from the official flight manifest, a Russian and an Uzbekistan. Question now abound about how long the foreigners initially planned to stay in Jamaica and whether their intended sleepover arrangement was with the Kingston Waterfront Hotel at which they stayed. There are also concerns about the ratio between female and male passengers who were allegedly en route to Nicaragua in Central America. CVM News further understands local authorities have been forced to ponder a similar case where just months ago in December 2023, 300 Indian nationals, also said to be heading to Nicaragua, were sequestered in a French airport for 4 days after the police was tipped that those aboard might be victims of human trafficking. Other reports suggest the travelers were attempting to migrate to the U.S. That flight, like the one that landed in Jamaica last Thursday, was reported to be traveling from an Asian country. With more questions than answers, CVM News attempted to engage stakeholders on Tuesday. PICA advised the matter is closed and any further comments and questions should be directed to the Ministry of National Security. Efforts to reach Minister Dr. Horace Chang were futile, as his team advised of his unavailability. Natalia Clark, CVM News.